All right, 20 things that I like about KDE Plasma, or 20 reasons why I use KDE Plasma. Number one, wobbly windows. Couldn't do without wobbly windows. Number two, glide. Glide animation when you're opening and closing windows. 3, magic lamp. Magic lamp when you're minimizing or unminimizing windows. Number 4, desktop cube. Desktop cube when you are switching between virtual desktops. You do it like that. Or that was number 4. Number 5, desktop cube when you are switching desktops like this. Okay, let's see. Number 6 is slide back. So slide back is the little when you are sliding behind windows. So you're sliding behind, you slide behind, slide behind, slide. Oh, that didn't slide behind. It's weird. I slide it behind, slide behind. Slide back, that's called. Number 7 is present windows. So when I present windows, I have it remapped the keyboard shortcut to meta tab. So I could present windows with meta tab. Number 8 is application dashboard. So I have it over here on the right as opposed to the applications menu. I added that widget. This is called the panel. I added the application dashboard over here. So it gives you a full screen of recent apps, documents, all apps, and then breaks it down by category. That's number 8. Number 9, window rules. So window rules basically, oh God, I wish GNOME did a better job with window rules, because if you have this window and you come over here to more actions, configure, oh sorry, not configure. More actions, configure special application settings. You can come over here and you could add a property which is size and position. So if I add size or position and size, oops, let's try that again. Position and size. And then remember that position. I already have the window rule set, but I have it to remember my position. But you could have it force that position. So if you always want it to be this size and over here in this location, you could hit force and it would create a window rule. Okay, I have mine to set to remember. So if I move this window over here and close it and reopen it, it's going to remember that position where that window was. Okay. There is, if you go to window management and then you go to window rules, you could see that I've set up these window rules here. Actually, these are duplicates, so I could delete those. But those are that's the window rule for Dolphin. So if I come over here and I open it over here, if that's the right window rule that I have set. Okay, so it's set to centered right now. So let's go back to window rules. Oh, might be able to edit it right here. Yeah, just remember and remember, and then apply that rule. Next time we open, it'll remember, hopefully, the last position where you opened it and at the size that you opened it at, or closed it at, I should say. KDE Connect is number 10. KDE Connect is a way to integrate your phone with your system so you can share files back and forth. If you don't know what it is, you should look it up. Number 11 is Hollywood. Oh, this is neat. This is a little Hollywood app. Not Hollowwood. Hollywood. And what this does is create like this Hollywood kind of, terminal. So like you could leave your terminal up while you're at Starbucks or whatever, and people think, you're a real hacker. Come over here to your keyboard, type away. People don't know what the hell you're doing, but it looks cool. Control C to break out of that, and then you could type exit to get out of the program, and then you could type exit again to get out of the terminal. Widgets are so cool in KDE. You right click, you go to add widgets. They have all these widgets over here. You could choose, for example, what's this, network speed. So we could throw this on the desktop. We can monitor our network speed. Right now it's at bar. You could change it to pie chart if you wanted to look at line chart or pie chart. Right now there's no network speed because I'm not looking at anything on the network. But if I were to open up Chrome, hopefully the network speed would start to show. It's uploading 19 kilobytes, 1 kilobyte. So you could do different desktop widgets. I usually have CPU, network monitor, hard drive space indicator, and memory usage, but you could use whatever widgets you want. That is my number 12. My number 13 is transparency. So transparency, you could have any window, any pop-up, any menu look transparent. So right now I just have an inactive window. So if I click off this, it turns transparent. If I click on it, it's opaque. When I move it, it turns transparent. When I stop moving it, it turns opaque. It's also inactive. So if I'm over here and I'm on my calculator, this one turns semi-transparent. If I go over here, then the calculator does. So it's transparencies are cool. Another good transparency, so like if you open your terminal, I have my terminal somewhat transparent. So like if I'm trying to type up some commands on the internet and some of the text is in a web page, I could see through my console. I'm able to see underneath it, so I could type and without having to put it over here or whatever. I could type right over it. So that's kind of neat. For my terminal, I have, if you go to if you go to settings, edit current profile, and you go to appearance, I downloaded the VisiBlue, so you can go get new, and you can get new color schemes and fonts. I did VisiBlue, and then if you go to if you go to edit, and then you could change your background transparency right here. So I have mine about 30%. I found that's a good amount of transparency with not being too transparent or not being too opaque. So that's transparencies, which is number 13. Number 14 is video wallpaper. So in addition to images, if you come over here, configure desktop, this doesn't come down by default with KDE. You will have to install this package or this plugin basically for wallpaper type. I just cloned GitHub, but once you do, you have this video option here. You can file pick whatever type of video wallpaper you want. Not sure why that didn't work, but gotta apply it first. But I have what's called varieties, a wallpaper changer. So in 1 minute, it changes the wallpaper. So variety over here, if I go next, it'll change it to the next wallpaper that I have coming up. Variety is neat. It can pull from the internet a number of different sites, or you could just set it to your own personal picture library or wallpaper library, whatever you have. So I just set mine to not pull from the internet, not download pictures or anything like that, and just pull from my pictures here. And I just kind of preloaded a handful of desktop backgrounds that it just cycles through instead of having to manually change them or whatever. You could just use variety, which happens to be the next one in my 20 favorite things about KDE, or reasons why I use KDE: video wallpaper, variety, and system tray. System tray is this little area down here that contains your different like statuses, notifications, that kind of thing in your system. And what I like about it is that you can go here, configure system tray, and bring up the visibility. So you can have all this stuff always hidden. So right now I just have vaults, volume, and microphone open. Some things will show in relevant. So like if I get a notification, it'll pop up here. But you could always hide everything too. So variety, VLC, for example. I have most of my stuff hidden. Battery and brightness is a desktop, so I don't need the battery and brightness, but you could still get to it from here. So even though it's hidden, you could still get to the stuff, right? Notifications, a quick way you could just turn off notifications, which is nice. 1 hour, 4 hours till this evening, tomorrow, or turned off. So like if I'm doing this video, we probably should turn off notifications, let's say till this evening. So that's a neat thing with the system tray as well. Themes, colors, that kind of thing is number 17. So KDE does customization better than any other OS. So you can come over here to Appearance, change your theme. I only have 2 in here right now, but you could certainly choose new global themes. And there's a ton of them to choose from. Mac themes, all different kinds of themes that you can choose from, which is pretty neat. On the fly, you could just choose whatever type you want. You could also change the plasma style. This one, Breathe Aurora, is a Manjaro style, or Oxygen's a transparent one. You could sort by dark and light themes. I usually go with dark themes, but you can come over here and choose different, like Mick Mojave, that's a theme, and blah, blah, blah. Application styles, which gives you your, applications, your tabs and buttons and things like that, and different looks like that, and you can configure those. Colors are awesome because you could change basically any color in your system. Comes with Breeze Dark, but I chose Terminal here, which choose new color schemes. You can choose Terminal, and if you wanted to change any of these, this is where it really gets deep, because you can change any color you want. Background, window background, selection background, text, all these colors can be changed. The window text, the push buttons, and then not only common colors, you could change the view. You could change the windows, you can change the buttons, you could change selections. Like, all this stuff can be changed to any different color. If you don't like this peach color, choose whatever color you want. Okay. Once you do that, you could save that scheme, or you could upload it, and so that other people can also download your window schemes. Fonts, icons, cursors, all this stuff can be changed. Icons, right now I just have a chameleon, but there's Booth Dark. These icons are awesome looking icons. So there's all different kinds. I think this one, it's kind of hard to get anymore. This is an old one, but you can get Booth Plasma, which somebody kind of ported it to Plasma, or kind of made it so that KDE Plasma can use it. So themes and colors, another reason why I love Plasma. Another reason, docks. You have all different kinds of dock. There's Cairo dock. There's KDE integrates well with Latte dock, so this is the dock that I'm using. Kind of a Mac style thing, I guess, but all different, very robust dock. I won't get into configuration here. That's 18. 19 is vaults. Vaults, you can come over here. You can create basically what encrypted folders basically on your machine. They call them vaults. I have a super secret vault right here. You could go over here and you could open with File Manager and view what you have in your vault. So you could have your super secret vault right there, and then you could also, if you come over here and you go to show hidden files, I'm sure vaults has got to be here somewhere. Vaults right here. So if you wanted to, KDE Dolphin is great. You could, it's the best file manager. There's so much you can do with this file manager, but for one thing, you can kind of just drag these folders wherever you want in places. You can put whatever folders you want in here, and then you can get to them real quickly right from here. Um, but if you don't want vaults in your places, you just go over here and you just go remove. And now it removes it from your places, but it does not remove it from your file system. And you could choose different panels that you want to show. So if you want information, it'll show you the information of the file. If you want to show previews or not show previews, you could leave it on a details view. You could tell it what details you want, whether you want artist, genre, duration, bit, change all the different looks and feels. You could also have a terminal down here. So if you prefer to, type your commands. So if you come down here and say cd home cactus, instead of vaults, you could do pictures, if I could spell right. Home cactus, home. Cactus picture should be there. Oh, capital P, I forgot. Linux is case sensitive. So if it's capitalized, you got to put the capital. But you get it. You got your compact view or your icon view. And if you want to see the, icon view, if you want to see this is like a list view or a details view, and you could certainly change all kinds of things in here with your Dolphin is just, I won't even get into it too much, but it is so robust. I mean, you could change the look and feel and all the things you could do. It's by far the best file manager. I don't care what anybody says. It is. And that's vaults. And then 20 is package management. Package management on Linux is great. It's something that I wish Windows had. Instead of going to some rogue site to download an executable, you come over here to Dolphin and KDE. And it's it's like the Apple Store, it's like the Android Store, Play Store for Google. You're able to see what installed software you have on your system. You're also able to see your updates. You could search by applications. You could search. One other cool thing that you could do in here is so if you search Kdenlive, for example, it'll show you whether or not it's a Flatpack, a Snap app image, or if it's Ubuntu Universe, Bionic Universe. So here, for example, if you look down here, I don't like how they do the reviews above where it tells you this information. Like this is a Snap store. I feel like the source should be listed over here as well in the search, so that you don't have to actually go into and open it up. It's just a pet peeve of mine, but you can see that this is a Snap. And if you go down here, this one is the Bionic main, the user edition, KDE source. So the Ubuntu canonical source. So I have mine in Flatpack. So not sure why that's not showing up. I would imagine it has something to do with the FlatHub. Oh, no, the FlatHub is checked, so it is a source, so I'm not sure why. Maybe because I have it installed. Let's see if it shows up here. Do I have it installed? I thought I had it installed. There it is. Kdenlive. I'm sure I installed the Flatpak version. Yeah, Flatpak. The Flatpak for Kdenlive, because there's so many different codecs and stuff, it's nice to have everything contained. The application is much bigger than if you were to install it through the Ubuntu repository, but it's all contained, so it's not reaching out in your system to grab this or that when it needs it. Everything is packaged within the Flatpak. So certain apps I think are better from Flatpak, so that's why I use that. But looks like I have some updates here. So you can go over here to update, and you just go to update all. I mean, you could look through and see what you're updating, or you could just have faith that it's going to update properly. And you put in your password, and it starts running through the update process. And it'll notify you down here when your updates are available. You just click this, and the same thing, it'll launch Discover. And then down here, it'll tell you how many updates you have available. But compared to updating with Windows, where it can take literally hours, if not days, I've had it take days where it's just, Windows Update needs to be fixed. It's the reason I just can't deal with Windows anymore. I mean, I have a version in case I need to boot into Linux or Windows, but mostly the update process alone, the security, the speed, having to go to rogue sites and being closed source, not being able to. I mean, look at how fast 100 and something updates just happened that fast, and it's done. Windows, you'd be there forever. So anyway, I could add that as number 21, updates. But I guess that's part of the package management. Anyway, that's all that I have for 20 reasons why I love KDE, why I use KDE. I think it has the most potential, the most possibilities, and the best experience in operating system that there is. So that's all for now. See you next time.